Hi, I'm John DiArmo with the Coquille Sword Group, and today we're going over Coleso. Now, Coleso is the wheel, literally. This is also called the Molinier in European systems, and it's really basic, very universal saber motion. So, what it looks like is that, or that. It's very simple, very easy, but there are some tricks to it that can make it a little bit easier to do, right? So what we want to do is with that flank-Rov grip, if we're in another grip, we sort of switch to it, and what we want to do is let the sword fall asleep forward. We relax our fingers and pinch it between our thumb and forefinger, so we get that really nice vertical drop. As we bring it around, it's a wrist rotation, and then we close our fingers forward. Palm up, turn, wrist rotation, right? Very simple, very easy. Going backwards is the same way. We release the sword, palm up, and we bring it up. Release the sword and bring it up, right? Things that you want to be aware of here are the relative closeness to the sword of your body. In other words, you don't necessarily want to do it very far. You want to get used to having it very close, as though you're trying to shave off your shoulder or cut your own ear off, right? It's close, narrow, and tight. If you practice that, then coming out sort of far away from your body is not very difficult. Now, as to distance forward, it's best to study with your elbow secured at your side. Right? This gives you a better formation so that you're not slopping your arms around, so that you're not doing this kind of thing where you're winging this out. For flank-Rov, it's important because it looks hideous, right? It stands out, it's jarring, it's not very good. But for fechtovania, for fencing, right? If I start using the Coleso in this way, I'm exposing my arm to injury from the other person's sword, because it's on the wrong side of the fence, right? Keep their sword on the other side. Other than that, it's really simple. So what's it used for, right? In flank-Rov, it's used as a timing ornament. In other words, if I am doing some sort of simple piece of work from Spezia, right? If I come around, 1, 2, 1, my timing is going to be a little bit off as I come back because of how I'm swinging, because my swings are sort of even in length. So what I can do, 1, 2, 3, Coleso, right? And throw in that extra wheel. 1, 2, 3, Coleso, 4, right? And I use it to adjust the timing of the work that I'm doing, right? Coleso, 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 right? In fencing, this becomes part of our cutting motion. The way that we perform the wheel informs the way that we generate and sort of direct the force into our cuts. In other words, it's not as some people who don't have a lot of experience with fencing would imagine, in that I'm trying to just move my arm as fast as possible to make the sword move as fast as possible through my target. I want to develop this kinetic wave, right? both because in the long run, I'm generating more power and it's more mechanically efficient for me. As a tactical ornament, of course, if I cut here, right, I've moved from up here to down here. Where I can cut from here quickly is fairly limited, right? Sort of just back on the same axis like we do in Hyoho. However, if I Coleso, now I can come back from that same side. If you're employing a strategy of trying to sort of beat their sword away in kind of a crude Spezia, then, right, you can do that kind of work if your opponent is not kind of a good level. Just like with all of the Russian work, there are a lot of places to use this motion because it's taught as a motion rather than as a direct interaction. So, for instance, if the forward moving Coleso is good for cutting, then the backward Coleso is good for defense, right? When we get into the carrying parries and Spezia to a lesser degree, this motion, sort of similar to the first parry in Hyoho, Hasuke, really gets used quite a bit. And as we get into the three thick Dovanya defenses, this will become more apparent. But for now, I think we'll leave off with this. Of course, both hands, right? As always, if you want to understand this work, you have to pick up a sword and go train.